Very good. You've been explaining all of this, but then what again are what the Nigerians on the street are saying? I would like you to listen to some of their thoughts there as we went onto the street to get the thoughts of Nigerians about this budget. What do they think? Take a listen to them.
2016, oil-related revenues are expected to contribute 820 billion naira. Non-oil revenues comprising company income taxes.
I think this is a budget of a serious government. The only wish I can express at this point in time is that implementation will be as serious as the budget itself, because the budget is just a statement of intent. If it's not implemented, it will be another year of frustration for everybody. So we hope and pray that there will be thorough implementation of the budget as presented.
I was even glued to the TV when the president was presenting it to the House. And one thing I can say, like he mentioned, is that we've heard that before. Year in, year out, this government will come, promise, and at the end of the day, we won't see anything. But from PMB point of view, that's the president, I think there's going to be a very positive change in Nigeria. Though it will get worse, but we know it will get better.
On behalf of the masses of Nigeria, we are appealing to them that they should please ensure that they follow the change matter and ensure the budget is properly implemented so that it can meet the aspirations of us, the masses, so that we could feel the impacts and it can impact positively on us. And I would also love to appeal to the president in general to ensure that, yes, it keeps a proper supervision on how the policies of the various sectors, which monies are allocated, in order to ensure that the monies are properly utilized.
Like most people, I thought it was a bit high because it's higher than last year's budget. But based on the various areas like capital expenditure and other core areas that they are focusing on, I believe it will be justified.
My fear is this: when Nigeria were realizing much money from the country, we never budgeted 6.7 trillion. Now, government is crying there's no money. We are now budgeting 6.something trillion. I don't know how we're going to pay it because the Nigerian income is too low, according to the news and information from the government.
Well, those thoughts, they're interesting, what you're saying and what you're telling us, especially some of your tweets as I'm reading them now. Your thoughts on the street. You think Nigerians are not bothered about the figures in the budget, but no, Nigerians are now very much aware about what goes on in the Nigerian economy. If I just take one or two of your tweets, Femi Akin at Famogi says, I think with the current price of crude globally, pump price of fuel should be less than 40 naira. Some at Lion Oshi also says that it's time we're putting action behind much talked about diversification of our revenue base. These are some of your thoughts, but of course, as you see them right on your screen there, we're taking them live, some of your thoughts on the program. Senator Udoma Udo Udoma, the Minister for Budget and National Planning, has been talking to us, but I'll allow him to just quickly respond to the streets gist and the perspectives from the street and average men of Nigerians, their thoughts about this budget.
Thank you very much. I think the general reaction clearly is positive. We are encouraged by the reaction. And I think would like to make a commitment that this time it will be different in terms of implementation. We are working on an implementation strategy so that you won't have a situation where the capital budget is just released on a quarterly basis across the board. We will have measurable indices of performance against releases. We are working on that because this budget has to be made to work. Nigerians are expecting a lot from us, and the president made it very clear that we cannot afford to disappoint Nigerians. Nigerians are looking to us, and we intend to deliver.
Interesting. A lot of people will see that Nigerians, especially the states, they cannot fund themselves. They've got bailout, and people are predicting that there might be some more bailouts in the months to come. As a minister that has the responsibility of planning the nation and its expenses, tell us, which of these states are you looking at? There are non-oil producing states that we're looking at generating more income readily in 2016.
Thank you very much. That's an important observation you've made, because we intend to engage with the states even more extensively. Since this administration came on board, the National Economic Council, which consists of the governors, the vice president, and then the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Minister of Finance, we've been meeting regularly, and we intend to keep that up so that we engage with the governors, identify their issues, and make sure that we also get their own input into whatever we're doing. So when we are preparing the next medium-term expenditure framework, MTEF, before we even go very far, we'll sit down with the governors, we'll sit down with civil society, we'll have extensive discussions, because the federal government is responsible for only half the economy. The states and local governments are responsible for the other half. So there has to be a synchronization. And it's part of my responsibility, wearing my national planning hat and not the budget. National planning, to try and engineer this so that we work together and we plan together. Let me just say that. Go on.
We need to go.
Oh, we need to go.
We need to go now.
Okay,
There's been a lot to talk about. I would have loved that we go on about this, but then time is not on our side. So, of course, a lot of tweets and comments are coming on the program. It's been a pleasure